don't want you to do that.
I have actually the rules from the airport say that I can film here, and there's no law that says that I can't film anyone's.
Nicely to please stop.
I'm being nice.
49 CFR 1520.5.
That's not a law. That's not a law. There's a public. This is it's. Look, man. Look, man. You signed up to do the right thing, right? You're a police officer, correct? First Amendment, freedom of the press. We have over 100 million people that have tuned into our platform. You want to go ahead and violate my rights? Be my guest. Your attempt. No. You would be willing to touch me. That's why you signed up for this job, didn't you? Okay, so. With that being said, don't interfere with my First Amendment. I'm not interfering with this right here. I can, if they want private, if they want
you to leave or to stop.
I have the right to. I have the right to film.
But a port ordinance also says you cannot interfere with airport operations.
I'm not. I'm filming. Filming it cannot be considered interfering with that.
They don't feel like
Call
they
your
can do their
supervisor.
job.
Call your supervisor. You don't know what you're talking about.
453 to
That's disrespectful.
It's breach of press limit.
I don't know, bro. It's your job to secure people's information. If people can see it from a public area, then you're a violation of people's information, not me. I'm in a public area. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not here protesting you guys who are actually landing airplanes upside down. That's a crime. Landing airplanes upside down is a crime. So I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to speak to you. I'm here working on my story, so I want to be left alone. The press has the right to be here. I don't have to provide any ID, any information. I have the right to be here, sir. So don't come over here with your fake laws, all right? Because there's no ordinance that says that I can't film in a public area.
That's not what I said.
So why are you talking about ordinances that have nothing to do with this?
There's a port ordinance for interfering with airport operations.
Absolutely. And video recording. Video recording, that doesn't apply to that.
Are you going to let me finish?
Because you're giving me wrong orders.
Okay.
That doesn't.
Well, my supervisor will be here.
Okay.
Like you asked for,
Good.
so he'll be able to explain.
Good. And hopefully they come with the law and paper, that says, oh, no filming at the airport in public areas, public airport. Then I'll be more than glad to leave. You have a job to do. I have a job to do. My job is not to interfere with you, with them. Your job is not to interfere with my job. That's for sure, because I'm paying taxes on these videos. All right. And their job is definitely not to interfere with me at all. Whatsoever. So if anyone is interfering here, it's you guys. You see, they're interfering with me.
This was your job. I guess, like, what would the job involve?
Freedom of the press. I'm working on a news story. I don't have to discuss my day with anyone. Okay, so if you went to school,
what type of story is it?
I don't have to discuss that. That's what I'm
having a conversation.
And I'm not yelling either. I'm not hostile either. I'm more than friendly. The thing is that the reality is that the police is here because somebody doesn't know that we have the First Amendment to video recording in a public area. And now we're here with police officers who also believe that video recording is interference with airport policy.
We came to have a conversation because we got called here.
I mean, that's what your job is to do. Your job is to.
Before we even get into the confrontation, understand what you're about to witness is not just a simple filming incident. This is a live collision between constitutional rights and institutional authority. We're stepping into a space where a camera becomes more than a device. It becomes a legal shield, a challenge, and sometimes even a trigger. The setting is public infrastructure. Airports, federal buildings, and law enforcement zones where tension already exists beneath the surface. What makes this case gripping is not just the filming. It's the reaction to the filming. The moment a citizen asserts First Amendment rights, the environment shifts, voices rise, authority tightens, questions become commands. And suddenly, a simple recording turns into a full-blown constitutional debate in real time. Ask yourself this as we go deeper. When does policy override law? And when does enforcement become overreach? Because what unfolds here is a pattern seen across multiple locations. Airports, post offices, streets, where the same...
You get called and then you show up and the first thing that you have to do is protect our rights, not violate them. Sure. So my right is to work on my news story right here, which I have the right to. Do what you're supposed to do. Tell them we're in a public area. And I'm not gonna disrespect you or them. I have nothing against them. I'm working on my news story, and I have the right to, so...
We get you. Our supervisor's on his way, so
okay.
We'll come talk to you, okay?
It was part of the news story. I think I caught a little piece of it. Was to make sure that, obviously, the information is protected, and so that if you can see it from a public view, then it's not necessarily as protected as...
It's like HIPAA. It's like HIPAA law.
Yeah.
So, the HIPAA law. You know about HIPAA law, right? So, medical information. I can't violate HIPAA law. They can. Let's say this was a medical counter, and those are medical computers. Yeah. If I can see any information from here, they are in violation of the HIPAA law because they're supposed to secure that. So if they have a promise to their customers that they are going to protect their information, they have to secure that. So my rights don't end where people's feelings start. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're a good cop. and I know you're a good cop. You didn't sign up to do the wrong thing. I don't think you would. But the reason we do these type of audits is because we know there's a problem. You see, I came over here because I knew for a fact these people will have a problem with my video recording, and I know for a fact that you guys will have a problem with my video recording. Probably not all the time. Police, I've gone viral hundreds of times for positive, great things and standing up for good, highlighting the good and exposing the bad. So I don't hate the police. I don't hate the airport. I don't hate the government. But you guys have to love and respect our rights as much as I do.
Right.
So
people filming the airport, I was just trying to understand. Like I said, I only caught a portion of what you said. So I was just trying to make sure that I understood it.
So I'm working on a news story. There's no way that I could be removed from here, especially from people who land airplanes upside down. When they did that the other day, didn't you guys have news people here? Now you're gonna tell me they have badges and they have press passes. We have freedom of the press.
I didn't work that day, so I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm sure you heard about it, sir. I'm working on a news story about these people. These people, they don't have the best service. So when it comes, they don't have the best pilots. Never in my life I've seen somebody landing a plane the way they did, first of all. Second of all, they don't have the best customer service when it comes to respecting public photography. This is a public airport. I did my research before I came over here. I can't go to certain places where there's I can't go to Walmart and do this because it's a private place. I know my boundaries. So we shouldn't need your supervisor. You can cancel your supervisor, and if we came to an understanding, because you know I'm non-violent, I'm not a threat, I'm not here to cause problems, so I shouldn't be like requested anything when it comes to my right to work on my story. Right here, quietly. I don't want to talk to nobody.
It's part of our policy. You requested a supervisor. He has to arrive. You're more than welcome to send him off if you want.
Good. I have the right to film. So they were concerned about video recording the monitors, which that's not in my interest at all, first of all. So
where the tone shifts from observation to confrontation. The officer immediately introduces rules, but notice how quickly the conversation becomes about compliance rather than clarification. The citizen doesn't hesitate. He labels authority directly, calling the situation a tyrant response. That word alone escalates everything. In law enforcement encounters, language matters. And here, both sides are already locked into opposing narratives. Point one side is focused on operational control of the airport, while the others focus on constitutional protection of recording in public spaces. What's important here is emotional intensity building underneath the legal disagreement. The officer is invoking disturbance and rules, while the citizen is invoking rights, lawsuits, and accountability.
They're concerned about me getting anyone's personal information. I'm not here to do that, but if they're really so concerned about people's information, they should actually protect it and like the promise that they have to their customers.
Why did you need me here?
Because we may have, I think these officers are great guys, but we may have had like a little misunderstanding, but I think we got it, right? I mean, you guys are not going to interfere with my right to work on my story quietly right here just because they don't like to be filmed. I mean, they're the ones landing airplanes upside down. So, and as I can see right now, they really don't respect the First Amendment when it comes to freedom of the press. We don't need press passes. I don't need a pound of makeup and a $10,000 camera to reach thousands and thousands and thousands of people. This is a new era, and mostly everyone goes to the internet now for their news, you know. And what better than an actual video of, you know, the Port of Portland police standing up for our rights in front of our viewers, which they love to call and praise good cops. And whenever something is unfair is going on, they also voice their concerns, because it's concerning when police officers violate our rights, especially freedom of the press. But I know you, Sergeant, you're a good leader, and you're Sergeant Brenner from the Portland Police over here. That's not going to be happening over here, right?
Well, depends. Do you have a lawful reason to be at the airport?
Absolutely.
Ticket to fly.
I don't need that. I'm working on a news story. This is a lawful.
You do need a ticket to fly if you're here at the airport.
I'm working on a news story.
Listen,
so you're gonna kick me out now for not having a ticket?
We're gonna ask you to leave first.
Okay.
We're gonna make you.
So what about our rights?
Listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
The Port of Portland has rules against creating a disturbance that interferes with the operation of the airport.
You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
You're welcome.
You're a tyrant. Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's the captain's name?
Lieutenant Patuk.
Lieutenant. Is he here right now?
He is not.
Okay.
It's the weekend.
So who's in charge right now?
I am in charge right now.
You're a tyrant. You're the wrong guy to be in charge.
You're welcome to leave the airport.
So I'm being told to leave because of my First Amendment right to work.
You do not have a ticket to fly. There are rules.
Do I have certain? Okay. So what if I want to fly right now?
If you can purchase a ticket.
Do I have a time frame in order to buy that ticket from you, tyrant officer?
You actually have to have a ticket.
How much time do I need to buy my ticket before I get kicked out?
I'm not going to keep arguing with
I'm asking you a legit question.
I'm telling you.
Legal tension of the airport encounter. The citizen asserts something critical. Filming in a public space is protected activity. The officers counter with privacy and airport rules. But here's the key friction point: policy versus law. Policies can regulate behavior inside a facility, but they cannot override constitutional protections. That's where this entire argument becomes legally sensitive. The officer introduces privacy of customers as justification. The citizen rejects it as not a law. This is where audiences need to pay attention, because this exact debate appears in many First Amendment audit cases. Whether administrative rules can justify restricting recording in publicly accessible areas. Emotionally, the tension rises because neither side is backing down. The citizen insists he is not resisting, yet continues to challenge authority verbally. Officers, meanwhile, escalate toward...
I'm gonna arrest you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Don't come back.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
You can't record if they don't want you here.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
So I'm asking you to leave.
Can I get your name and badge number,
Can
please?
you leave the property now?
D. Thomas doesn't want to identify.
That's right. Put the chief in front of him.
Oh, you're the chief?
That's right. When you put D. Thomas, put chief in front of him.
Okay.
They don't want you recording here. So if the workers, if you're here and you're distracting the workers and they don't want you here recording.
I was just recording. I wasn't doing anything to them.
You're offending the workers. They don't want you here, so you need to leave. Make sure you put that in your write-up.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. You have a good day.
Yes, sir. What's that, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Anything and everything I can see? They just trespassed me from the post office.
Why they do that?
Because they don't think I can record there.
Oh, okay then.
It's perfectly lawful to record there.
And they don't want you to record.
Yeah, the chief just trespassed me.
Oh, okay.
Unlawfully. Unlawful trespass.
Oh, okay then.
What's that?
You have an ID on you?
For what?
I need to see some identification. Car.
What law do you suspect me of breaking?
I can run your ID. You around these buildings. I don't know your name. Let me see some ID.
You know that's unlawful, right?
No, it's not unlawful.
Yes, it is. You have
need to see
you
your
have to
ID.
engage in a criminal activity.
I need to see you. Hey, you around here. The
All I'm doing is
workers has
videotaping.
called. I need to see your ID.
Constitutionally protected activity.
I need to see your ID.
You know you're asking for a
I
lawsuit,
need
right?
to see your ID. You're around here. My citizens called on you. I have a right to know who you are.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
That's my Fourth Amendment right.
Show me your ID. I need to see your ID.
Or what?
Show me your ID.
Or what?
Resist?
Resisting.
Yes.
Resisting is a
right.
physical thing.
Show me your ID.
Are you going to arrest me?
No, I just want to run your ID. I need to know who around here around my citizens.
In 2026 to Timothy Busher of the Wally. Flags are clear, interest is confirmed.
10-4, Lieutenant Bibb following up, follow up to her residence.
10-4.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
No, you're not detained, but I'm...
Then give me my ID back and let me go.
I'm going to run it.
Then I am detained.
Didn't they ask you?
It's an unlawful
Didn't they
detainment.
ask you not to come over there?
It's unlawful.
Didn't they ask you not to
doesn't
come
matter.
over there? They didn't want you
It's
recording.
public property. It doesn't
But
matter.
if you are causing an uproar at the
I'm not
citizens,
causing anything. They did it.
you inside doing all that recording? No, you don't do that.
That's constitutionally protected activity. I'm not disturbing them.
Don't go back. I'm telling you now.
Single encounter into a broader ideological framing. The video now positions itself as part of a nationwide pattern. Airports, post offices, city halls, all tied together under one theme. Public space and constitutional rights colliding with enforcement policy. This is where storytelling becomes strategic. The narrative expands from this happened here to this is happening everywhere. That reframing is powerful because it turns one incident into a symbol, but it also raises an important question for viewers. Are we seeing consistent rights enforcement issues or selective interpretation of rules depending on location and personnel? The language used here is intentional: frontline battle, abuse of power. These are emotionally charged terms that shape how the audience interprets everything that follows AT this point. Viewers are not just watching a recording anymore. They are being guided to interpret it as a
You might want to get a hold of your attorney. You know you're violating my rights right now.
I'm dealing with a guy here that's been with the post office.
Did you hear that? It's going to be a text.
No, man. What's your middle initial? Your name?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions. All I got is James.
Unlawful trespass, unlawful ID, unlawful detainment.
Becomes fully argumentative. The citizen is not just recording. He is actively citing legal principles, invoking case law, and positioning himself as a press actor. He references First Amendment, public area, and even claims a large audience reach, which adds pressure to the encounter dynamic on the other side. The officer repeatedly returns to one core point: airport interference rules and removal authority. This is where misunderstanding often happens in real-world audits. Officers may rely on operational policies, while auditors rely on constitutional interpretation. Both believe they are correct within their framework. What stands out here is escalation through certainty. Neither side is unsure anymore. That's what makes the interaction unstable. Viewers should pay attention to how quickly legal language becomes emotional leverage on both sides.
You're batting 1,000.
Thank you.
Violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights.
Okay. Sir, I'm asking you, do not go back over there. They don't want you over there.
Asking
Yeah.
or ordering?
I'm asking you not to go back over
Asking or ordering?
You don't understand
There's
what
two
I'm
different
telling
things. You can ask all you want. I don't have to do it.
Okay.
If you order me not to.
I'm telling you, if you go back over there.
Ain't no reason to yell either.
Okay, I'm telling you.
I'm just clarifying.
Well, clarify.
For the law.
You go back over there. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If you go back over there,
you don't have to be a smart aleck either.
Disrespecting those women like you were
I'm
doing.
not disrespecting anybody.
And they asking you not to record them and not to record in the building.
It's my God-given right
I'm
to
going to show
record.
you my God-given rights. Go back over there. You take that any way you want to take it.
Okay.
And you have a nice day, sir.
You have a blessed one, sir.
That's right. The only way I know how to have it.
Tyrant.
Both of us were recording. I'm recording just
Good.
like you.
Good.
That's right. Go back over.
You know you just violated my rights, right?
I'm gonna take you to jail. You go back over there.
I'm just saying. You know that you know you just violated my rights,
I
right?
understand what I just told you. You go back over there. You going to.
Am I headed that way?
Okay. Matter of fact, head on out to town because these people don't want.
Oh, really?
Here. If anybody calls on you, I'm coming.
Okay.
So don't disturb anybody. You want to.
I'm not disturbing anybody.
But when they call,
I'm exercising my right to record.
And I'm exercising my rights as the head authority here in this town.
That is not your right. You're violating my rights.
When they call, I'm coming. You're not going to disrupt my
classic procedural transition, the call for a supervisor. This often signals that on-the-ground interpretation has reached its limit and higher authority is needed to resolve the dispute. The citizen continues framing the situation as a rights defense issue, while officers frame it as an operational disruption issue. What's important here is the introduction of misunderstanding as a soft reset attempt, a way to de-escalate without conceding legal ground. But notice, neither side is actually stepping back from their position. The supervisor is not just arriving to mediate, they are arriving to reassert institutional interpretation of policy. This is where viewers should ask, is escalation being caused by behavior or by conflicting interpretations of public access law?
This is the shit I be talking about.
Inconvenient. She looks like a happy customer.
It don't matter. Y'all could have waited for this.
They do. I'm actually
But thank you very much, man. But I'm putting this. I'm taking this to the mayor, and I went over there and asked them.
Yeah, people
you
might
scaring
think
people
that
away.
there's an issue and then they don't want to.
Y'all are all assholes. I'm being real.
What happened, and I couldn't verify his information because he never provided me with.
Well, you should. You said Jason over there. How did it change now?
I came here.
How did it change now, ma'am?
I'm trying to answer your question.
But
I
it's
came over
this
here
bullshit, though.
to try to verify your information, and because you have been aggressive with me since you first approached me.
So I did just tell you I came to you with respect. I didn't just say that. I got it recorded all over there, but you telling me I was rude.
You are the audio visual recorder on my body worn camera.
I have a question though. I live across.
I need your name, Figueroa. He's being up. Garcia.
I asked for assistance because I felt threatened by his behavior.
Oh.
But I got it recorded, so she don't feel threatened. I can show you all this recording when I'm done.
So now there's so she just asked for her name.
I don't even want to talk no more.
You gave her.
I don't have to say nothing.
Different name.
How? I went up there with my name on my shirt, man. She said Jason Whitaker. She told me my name. You just don't know what's going on. You need to stand on the outside because you wasn't in the inside.
Okay.
You pulled up late, so you shouldn't have nothing to say. You shouldn't have to say.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing.
So you said Jason Whitaker.
This shit